In this video, we are going to talk about the dangerous but disciplined best motivational speech Jordan Peterson. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Jordan Peterson is an enigma. At present, he is the best known public psychologist, but also the least understood because of the opacity of his views. It can be tough to parse the Peterson phenomenon. For one thing, it seems as if there are multiple Petersons, each appealing to, or in some cases alienating, separate audiences. Slayback has provided a partial explanation of why Peterson has become hated by so many intellectuals. The main reason is his intellectual arrogance and courage in attacking his colleagues in the humanity and social sciences departments for their ideology. Another reason is that he refuses to play the traditional academic game of research and publications in refereed journals, and yet he is able to achieve greater success through mastering social media, especially YouTube, with more than 1.6 million subscribers and more than 79.8 million views at time of writing. The Peterson phenomenon demands attention. About 80% of Peterson's admirers are males, but for very different reasons, as reported in Maclean's. Similarly, several of my clients from different walks of life have also been helped by Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. Some even told me that his book had been more helpful than positive psychology books. Numerous Jordan Peterson study groups and meetup groups have sprung up spontaneously to better understand his 12 Rules for Life, providing empirical support to Peterson's appeal. His self-authoring program with Daniel M. Higgins and Robert O. Pill, www.selfauthoring.com, is based on the same theme of helping people sort themselves out. This program has helped numerous people. Peterson is a cultural phenomenon. Peterson is an international bestseller and a cultural phenomenon who demands our attention. In spite of all the criticisms directed against him and his 12 Rules for Life because of his cultural and political views, it is an undeniable fact that many people have found help from reading his book or doing his self-authoring program. As psychologists, especially those who identify as positive psychologists, we need to ask, what is in this book that has attracted and helped so many people? What does this book offer that is different or missing in the self-help books authored by positive psychologists? It behooves us to assess Peterson's book in an objective manner so that we can find something to enrich our research and practice of the psychology of well-being. If we dismiss his work simply because he is a polarizing and controversial figure, we will do a disservice to the discipline of psychology. It is legitimate to ask ourselves why he is able to attract and impact so many people, in spite of the fact that his 12 Rules for Life is a complicated and frustrating book to read. Unlike other self-help books, 12 Rules for Life covers a wide range of subjects, from theology and history to evolutionary biology and personality psychology. It also includes numerous digressions with his rants against identity politics, cultural Marxism, and postmodern feminism. In this review, I will assess Peterson's contribution to the psychology of meaning and well-being. Therefore, I will not get involved in the maelstrom of the cultural warfare swirling around him. A preliminary analysis of Peterson's popular appeal. My preliminary analysis suggests three main reasons for the appeal of Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. First of all, his straight-shooting, no-nonsense style of writing is a breath of fresh air for young people educated in a campus climate of coddling the American mind. They'd welcome his authentic voice, telling them the brutal truth about themselves and about the world in which they live. They respond positively to his pull-up-your-bootstraps talk, as if they have been longing to hear such guidance from the authoritative father figure they never had. Peterson's obfuscating writing style. Contrary to his own advice to be clear and precise in speech and thought, Peterson's writing is often ambiguous, verbose, and guilty of tautology, saying the same thing at an increasingly deeper level. Critics may dismiss his writing as gobbledygook dressed up in pseudo-profundity. However, his admirers find his words tumbling out like cascading ocean waves, inspiring them to look and think about many important issues in a deeper way. Readers can form their own opinions by reading a quote from his overture that illustrates his recursive and opaque writing style. How could the world be freed from the terrible dilemma of conflict on the one hand and psychological and social dissolution on the other? The answer was this: through the elevation and development of the individual, and through the willingness of everyone to shoulder the burden of being and to take the heroic path. We must each adopt as much responsibility as possible for individual life, society, and the world. We must each tell the truth and repair what is in disrepair, and break down and recreate what is old and outdated. It is in this manner that we can and must reduce the suffering that poisons the world. It's asking a lot. It's asking for everything. Peterson's unique view on the psychology of religious values. At the 2016 Mean Conference, Peterson had already stressed the danger of nihilism and totalitarianism following the destruction of traditional religious values by rationalism and empiricism. He pointed out that neither a return to the past nor individualistic heroism in creating meaning and value is the proper solution. Instead, he proposed an alternative approach based on the intersection of nature, culture, and individuals. Unlike other positive psychologists, Peterson believes that certain preconditions need to be met before one can live a meaningful life. Peterson's rules are based on ancient wisdom, especially as found in the Bible. He argues that by their very nature, human beings need to be guided by moral rules and spiritual values in order to survive and thrive in a world full of temptations and evils. They ignore these rules at their peril. We require rules, standards, values, alone and together. We need to stay on the straight and narrow path. Such traditionalist teaching can be reassuring to those who feel confused and lost in the postmodern culture of relativism, secularism, and nihilism. Peterson's contribution to existential positive psychology. Life is a struggle, whether it is for mere survival or for achieving a good life. Given the individual differences in circumstances and life goals, there are infinite ways to go through life. Science cannot predict which path one chooses, nor which path leads to success, however one defines it. But human experience, both personal and collective, current and historical, confirms the ultimate truth that life is full of struggle and suffering, only some of which is avoidable through one's actions. Therefore, it seems reasonable for Peterson to assert that the undeniable reality of suffering must be the foundation for living a meaningful life. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.